I found myself rereading the Bible, and I want to talk about the chaddest of the chads of the Old Testament, a man by the name of Samson. I mean, this guy is like a Marvel superhero. He has superhuman strength, and he's wrestling lions. He has single-handedly defeated 1,000 Philistines using only a donkey jawbone to do the job. I mean, I want you to picture it, because it's not like in this picture, okay? We're talking about 1,000 people. 1,000. It's not like a video game that when you defeat someone, their corpse disappears. No. They stack up in real life. So I want you to imagine like a mountain of corpses that are being defeated by a jawbone. I mean, this thing looks painful, right? Like this thing looks like it would drop a little bit of blood if you use it. So there's like this mountain of corpses, and this guy is sitting on top, still whacking people with the donkey jawbone. And you're like the Philistine number 752. And you're looking at this mountain of cadavers, on top of which is this eldritch horror that has defeated every single one of your fellow trade professionals, and you have to go up there in order to try to have a conversation with him. Yeah, you'd probably look like this guy right here. It's like, you know what, like, fuck this shit. I would rather desert. I mean, I don't really know what was in the mind of those Philistines, because you would think after he defeated 250 guys, they would give up. But no, they kept on coming, so at least props for their bravery. But the thing with Samson isn't just how strong he is, it's how dumb he is. I mean, after making the Israelites overpowered as fuck, and after being the best anti-war deterrent the world has ever seen, the way he got defeated wasn't through brute strength, but it was with the power of vagina. You see, Samson could have had any woman he wanted, I assume, given his wealth and demigod-like powers, but he went after a lady by the name of Delilah. And for reasons that aren't being fully explained in the Bible, Delilah doesn't seem to appreciate the wealth and power that comes with being with a demigod, and she wants more in life. So when the Philistines approach her, she strikes a deal with them. Now, it's interesting that the Philistines actually assumed that Samson has a weakness. And I don't know how they did it, because we know today that Dr. Fauci is the science, and Dr. Fauci wasn't born at that time period, so they didn't have science in order to figure it out. But they did. They knew that Samson must have a weakness, so they go to Delilah and they ask her, it's like, tell me what Samson's weakness is. And she agrees, right? So this is the interesting part. She tries to trick him in order to find out the secret. And in exchange for this, all the Philistines that approached her will give her 28 pounds of silver. Now, again, Samson is rich. Like, she could ask him for money, but, I mean, she wants to be a strong, independent Israelite woman, so who are we to judge? Now, she goes to Samson and says, tell me why you are so strong. How could someone tie you up and make you helpless? Now, this is a very specific question, which should raise some question marks. But, you know, at this point, Samson might think, well, maybe she's into some kinky shit, and it's what gets her off. So, he says that someone would have to tie me up with 7 fresh new bowstrings. If someone did that, I would be as weak as any other man. So, the rulers of the Philistines, like the rulers themselves, they didn't ask for their underlings. I mean, this was such an important mission that the rulers of the Philistines brought 7 fresh new bowstrings to Delilah, and she tied Samson with the bowstrings. Now, some men were hiding in the next room, and Delilah said to Samson, Samson, the Philistine men are going to capture you. But Samson easily broke the bowstrings. They snapped like a string when it comes too close to a flame. So the Philistines did not find the secret of Samson's strength. Now, Delilah goes to Samson and says, you lied to me. You made me look foolish. Please, tell me the truth. How could someone tie you up? I mean, given the situation, you would think Samson would have some questions at this point. You would think he would be a little bit upset, you know, a little bit betrayed. But for some reason, he says, someone would have to tie me up with new ropes. That would have to tie me up with ropes that have not been used before. If someone did that, I would become as weak as any other man. So Delilah took some new ropes, tied up Samson, and some men were hiding in the next room. Now, I gotta give props to the men hiding in the next room. I mean, the balls that these people have. Can you imagine? Like, you're part of some special task force for the Philistines, And your officer comes up to you and is like, I got a mission for you. Sir, yes, sir. You need to go and capture Samson. Sir, are you fucking insane, sir? I mean, no, seriously, like, are we talking about the Samson, like the guy that used a donkey jaw in order to kill 1,000 elite soldiers? Like, is that the guy I'm supposed to capture? It's like, yeah, but don't worry about it. Now we know his secret. Now we know his kryptonite. First of all, what the fuck is a kryptonite? And secondly, didn't the first guys also know his secret? Like the other guys that got beat up? Hey, what did they do? It's like, well, we asked the lady that Samsung is banging for the secret, and the guys were hiding in the next room. But apparently the secret wasn't effective. It wasn't that. It's like, okay, so what is different now? No, we still asked the same lady, and now it's a new secret. Like, get the fuck out. I'm not doing this mission. Okay, just kill me now. I'm not going to fight with that champion of corn by hiding in the next room. Like, no, that's a bad idea. Why don't you do it? But no, apparently the men did it. So, again, like, props to their bravery. I mean, someone should make a note of them. You know, you think Samson is the hero here? I mean, my God, give me 1,000 men, like the ones that were hiding in the next room, and I will conquer an empire. I mean, these people are fearless. So anyway, right, the men were hiding in the next room, and Delilah came out and said, Samson, the Philistine men are going to capture you. But he broke the ropes easily. Like, look. Again, put yourself into the shoes of those men hiding in the next room. So you have your asset, which is Delilah. And instead of allowing you to have the element of surprise, she keeps warning the guy. Like, dude. I wonder what they were thinking when that was happening. So anyway, right, like Samson breaks free yet again, and then Delilah goes, you lied to me again. You made me look foolish. Now tell me how someone could tie you up. And I'm thinking like, dude, first of all, who the fuck is she being made to look foolish towards? I mean, does she care about her reputation with the Philistines? Because those are the only people that are now making her look foolish. Like, clearly no one knows besides him, her, and the Philistines. And furthermore, why would the Philistines even know? Like, from Samson's point of view, if he actually believes her, she just happens to warn him that there are men in the other room which were hiding. And not to mention, you would think that at this point, Samson himself would increase the security of the other room. Or maybe he is very confident. Like, it doesn't need security. You know, like, that could work. I don't know. But still, hire a guard dog, for fuck's sakes, and put him in the other room. So now Samson tells her that if you use the loom to weave the 7 braids of hair on my head and tighten it with a pin, I will become as weak as any other man. So basically, Samson is suggesting that if you use a man bun on him, it will depower him, it will soify him, and that's how you can weaken him. So Delilah fastened the loom to the ground with a tent peg, and she called out to him, Samson, the Philistine men are going to capture you. But Samson pulled up the tent peg and the shuttle, and then Delilah said to Samson, how can you say I love you when you don't even trust me? You refuse to tell me your secret. This is the 3rd time you make me look foolish. You haven't told me the secret of your great strength. I mean, the level of gaslighting coming from this woman who is obviously glowing in the dark, Samson. She is literally glowing in the dark. And he still trusts her. Like, my God, like she must have the golden vagina. She must be like Feng Feng or something. I don't understand. Like, this is the 3rd time she's bullshitting him. But as I'm reading the story, I'm like, you know what? Like, maybe Samsung knows that she can't be trusted, but really likes banging her, so he keeps leading her on. Because, like, he knows that he's got 2 choices. That he either points out that she's a traitor and she gets executed, so he can't bang her anymore, or he just keeps leading her on. You know, milk the cow while it keeps having milk, I guess. So, that's what I thought. But no, apparently, she kept bothering Samson day after day. He got so tired of her asking about his secret that he felt like he was going to die. You know, you could actually tell her that you have no secret. I mean, clearly you lied to her before. Just tell her there's no secret. I'm just powerful. But anyway, right, he actually says, I never had my hair cut. I was dedicated to God before I was born. If someone shaved my head, I would lose my strength. I would become as weak as any other man. So Delilah saw that Samson had told his secret, and she sent a message to the rulers of Philistine. She said, come back again. Samson has told me everything. So the ruler of the Philistines came back. Now I gotta give props to how mentally deficient the rulers of the Philistines are as well. Like, only through sheer stupidity are they managing to capture Samson. If you had a woman that is lying to you 3 times, I mean, from their perspective, they don't know that she's telling the truth, that Samson lied to her. They might think that she's just taking the piss. I mean, from their perspective, this woman is genuinely in love with a demigod, and the demigod maybe banged her brains out to the point where she actually fell in love with him. You know, maybe it's like Khal Drogo and the Daenerys type of shit. So how exactly are you still trusting her? Like, at what point would the Philistines have said, all right, Delilah, shut the fuck up, you're fake news? How many men are you going to send to their deaths? We don't even know what happened to these men, right? Like the ones that were hiding in the other room. I mean, the story doesn't even say. It's like Samson just snapped the restraints and then something happened, but we don't know. I mean, I guess it's something so brutal that it can't even be mentioned in the Bible. What happened to those men is something that we will never know. It's beyond horrible. I mean, imagine a champion of Korn unleashing his wrath on the men hiding in the other room. Maybe that's why there were more men hiding in the other room, because they never found out what happened to the previous men. So anyway, right, the Philistines this time came back with the money, and this time they even bring the money. Like, they were so sure, so they even brought the money, and Delilah got Samson to go to sleep with his head lying in her lap, and then she called in a man to shave off the 7 braids of Samson's hair. I love how bourgeois this woman is. I mean, she's not going to shave the hair herself. She's going to get another man to do it. Which goes to show, like, she already had servants. Why on earth does she need more money? How much were those 27 pieces of silver worth back then? Well, I guess there's, like, several of them. So, like, she probably got a gold coin or something. But anyway, right. So she then calls out to him, Samson, the Philistine men are going to capture you. Like, you'd think that by this time he would probably stop reacting to this. Because, like, he heard it before. It's like, oh, get away, woman. So he woke up and thought, I will escape as I did before and free myself. But Samson did not know that the Lord had left him. It's like, of course the Lord had left him. The Lord is probably face-palming in the heavens. I mean, the Holy Trinity is talking with each other, and they're like, dude, no way is he going to fall for this again. Oh my God. Like, okay, you know, he fell for it, but he's not going to fall for it a 3rd time. Oh, you know what? We're going to stop min-maxing people from now on. I mean, God probably looked at Samson and said, you know what, like, this is the last time I'm min-maxing. I mean, he removed all points of intelligence from Samson and put them into strength. There is no other explanation. And he removed all points from luck as well. Like, how lucky can you be if you can marry any woman you want, like literally anyone, and you pick Delilah out of all the women? Like, so he had no luck, he had no intelligence. I don't know about charisma, but like all the points from those stats were removed, and they were pressed into strength and constitution. And probably God realized, okay, you know, maybe that was a bad idea. I mean, yeah, at this point, the Lord, of course, he's going to leave him. I mean, why even stay? Why even bother? You saw the train wreck. I mean, probably even God is ashamed with Samson at this point. So I just wanted to tell you this story because I found it very interesting as I'm reading it. And, you know, when I read it the first time, I didn't really think about things through. But now that I'm a little bit older, and I'm actually trying to visualize the story in my head, it just goes like, wow, what a simp. Why don't you give a super chat to Delilah while you're at it? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you like these types of video, I can make some with ancient Greek gods. Like, I can make one of Athena, just to show how spiteful Athena is towards other women. I mean, her level of misogyny transcends anything a man is capable of. And I can make a video about that, but only if this video gets a lot of views, because if people aren't interested, I'm not going to make these videos. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.